There we go. Turn off my mute. Alright, everyone. Welcome back. Back to the Dwarfs. So last time we finished off just as we had basically finished up getting everything into here. We had started looking into what we would need to do to actually make actual paper. And what I was thinking was, since we have a flowing river here, obviously it doesn't flow all the time, but I could put a water wheel down here and have a little area out here. Now it's quite a walk from here all the way down to our fortress. So my sort of question to myself was, what would be better? Would it be better if I went ahead and just built a little area down here to make the paper, like maybe put a little paper making area next to this, so that way, you know, I can put a stockpile in and all that and I don't have to worry about it anymore? Or would it be better for me to just essentially get rid? You know, I don't necessarily have any kind of major idea when it comes to this library. I kind of just built it because I wanted to build a library. So what would it essentially look like would be something like this. So we would need a farming, I think, a cairn. Yes. So we need a cairn, and we need to basically set up other stuff too. Obviously, it's in constructions and machines here. There's a millstone. So the idea would be to, if you wanted to do this powered, you set up a millstone that would go up through here until it got to here, and then you bring it over, and you put the water wheel here. Now there's a question on that of, is that worth a lot of digging? Because I don't think you can put these things through, yeah, you can't put it through that, so you have to essentially dig down to it. Essentially, I would have to go up to the top level here. I would have to dig out where I wanted to put it. So let's say I put it here. I'd have to dig out a thing and then move it all the way across and then kind of put it all the way down and then dig all the way down to where the thing is, which I don't think is really worth it. It's a lot of work for very little gain, really. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to go ahead and... Do I want to put it in here? Yeah, probably. I don't need it to be nearly as big though, because this is like massive. This is 15 by 22. Let's say like 10 by 15. That means we can put a nice middle bit in it. We also ended up building our dungeon area down here. I found some very nice gemstones on the wall here that I decided to, you know, dig out, which, listen, they're pretty gemstones, I can't help it. Also see that there's a lot of hematite in these walls. Sorry, magnetite in these walls, which is iron. There's also rock salt and lignite, which is coal. Well, the lignite is coal. Correct? Yes, indeed correct. We cannot go without the shinies. Afternoon, Red. Also ended up putting in these walls here so we can close these if we want to. And dwarves, essentially it means that we can call our dwarves into a into the civilian alert area if something spawns in this cave, lock those doors, and then get our squads here. But most of our big squads train here now. Our 2 actual full-time military squads train here now. Ooh, he's earned himself a name. That's cool. The Reclusive Creed. Professional teacher. Very cool. Very interesting stuff. Also, having these guys down here, I think, feels a lot better for keeping our fort secure. Given that they can get to the 2nd level a lot faster. Now, the 3rd level is quite a bit further down, so they need to... We need to basically build a 3rd thing down here. But it's not really any big problem. You're a skilled pacifier. That's interesting. How was your day, Red? Everything go well? What I might do as well is build like a combat zone. Probably down here. I suppose I could build it out here, off of one of these walls. Excel has decided to stop working. Has it just crashed? Like, full-on crashed? Also, I really do love the way that Chromite looks. Chromite looks really cool. It's kind of like a dark purple kind of color. I really like that. So if I took those 2 out, I can then put in a relatively big area for training. So essentially what I'm going to do here is I'm going to dig all this out, install some fairly low level enemies, so like maybe a thief or a few grundles or something like that, and then we can work with that. Oh, someone else's spreadsheet might be fucked. So you think someone might have a bad, maybe a bad query or something, and it's causing the whole thing to freeze up? Idiots who format poorly. Yeah. I have had issues with that before when it comes to SQL queries. Because SQL queries can actively cause a computer to basically kill itself. Because of heat. And because of CPU usage. So, I get that feeling. Sequels are picky. They can be quite frustrating at times as well when it comes to syntaxes and, of course, the odd like situation where you go, oh, I really want to, can you just show me this? And SQL will go, oh, SQL doesn't really help you with debugging, is the thing. It doesn't really do debugging. It's just like, no, the query didn't work. And that's it. And you gotta go back and figure out what your problem is, where your syntax is missing, if there's any kind of... Maybe you misspelled a fucking field name. That's a big problem with me because of my dyslexia, so I'll misspell a field name and then have to go look in the table again to make sure I've spelled the field names right. Right, let me add a new work detail. We'll call this one... oh no, we already have paper makers. Let me check something here. Is it in farming? Pressing. I'll have everybody do that, but we'll, you know, note it for you guys so that way we know. SQL as a language is also very much like, oh, if you make a mistake on this, you're never going to get your code back or your query back, because that's not how SQL works. Can be very scary. I almost ended up in a situation where I almost killed an entire server because I forgot to add a where clause. And that would have been a case of we would have been stuck all weekend doing that. Alright, those wild trainable elk birds. There's our dingoes. Yeah, there was a point where I was kind of like, you know, it definitely made me go, oh, this could have gone really, really poorly. Because if it ended up that way, I would have had to be in Dublin for like 2 more days in the weekend, and I would have... Essentially, I don't think it would have cost us a bunch of money, but we would have had to, like... There would have been a bunch of orders that wouldn't have went through, so there would have had to been, like, an email sent out company-wide to be like, hey, there is... Forgotten beast meat. Ugh. It would have been a company-wide email sent out that would have been like, hey, you know, you might need to reorder a lot of the stuff because there's been a problem with our system, so you're going to need to resend out a bunch of orders, which would annoy people, obviously enough. But as I always say, you might as well find out. Everyone has made one of those mistakes where they've accidentally, like, dropped a table or changed something that they shouldn't have, and, you know, unfortunately it happens. But it is very scary, I will admit. When I was when I was doing it, when I was initially doing it, I was very scared all the time when I was typing SQL queries that were like updating things or changing things, and it always scares me. Anyway, I've been going around here setting some stuff up, as you can probably tell. I've just been setting up, oh, we got a mandate here. Crutches. And what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to go ahead and increase the amount of crutches here to like 20, the splints to 20, the cloth to 20, the thread to 20, the buckets to 20, the soap to 20. Because we can have it where a bunch of people get hurt and we might not have enough at the exact moment. So. As I always tell people, sequels scary. And like there's nothing more potentially terrifying than a confident sequel coder who's never actively made a mistake. Because they might go, oh, I've never made a mistake, there's no way I could ever make a mistake. And then all of a sudden they make a mistake and they don't want to tell anyone. Because they're like, oh, I made a mistake here and there's code that's been updated that, or there's data that's been updated that might cause a problem. Golden barrel. Oh, it's a gemstone. Cool. Any more silver? Yeah, plenty of silver in here, it looks like. Mergalina, native silver, horn silver. I am curious what the difference between horn silver and native silver is. Obviously, it's a different color in this. Like, native silver is actively the color silver that you'd expect it to be. But horn silver is more of this, like, golden sort of color. Some sort of odd, what would be the phrase? Chemical, maybe? Not sure. Oh, wow. This filled out really damn quick. Yeah, you want to test a bunch of times on anything but the production system? Exactly. Masterpiece dresses, very cool. People get to wear very fancy clothes in this this fortress, while the, you know, what's the phrase I'm looking for here? While the we'll move this now because we don't really need it here anymore. We'll send those blocks elsewhere. Well, you know, there's a lot of random bits of clothes left around. All of the clothes they're wearing is very high quality. Oh, I think I saw something there. Hang on. There you are. Let me unlock those just to get rid of them. They're fungi wood shields. They're no good to me, but I'll get rid of them anyway. Oh, what's this? Saw some gemstones. Oh, lapis lazuli. Auto mine that. And I want all these to be set to 1 because I actually want to see if I can find magma, because I have a feeling there's magma between these two layers, because there's a massive layer between the between the second and third cavern. So I want to see if there's one maybe hidden away here, and if there is, then we can get a magma generator going. Oh, hey, Smitchell. Welcome. Sorry, I didn't see your message. My chat's been weird. I do have a queen. Hang on, I'll show you. I have a monarch, a mayor, an outpost liaison. I have a captain of the guard, dungeon master, who I recently actually promoted, even though we don't have any justice stuff going on. I said we better have one just in case. What else do we have? We've the chief medical dwarf has been the same guy. The manager's been the same guy since the start. Our bookkeeper's been the same. The militia captain changes because one of these militia captains is actively our. This militia captain here, the captain of the Copper Flashes, is a rotation squad. Oop, wrong button. Oop. Oh, they've bestowed a name upon an iron shield. That's cool. So this squad is essentially here for training need, because one of the reasons we had a lot of really annoyed dwarves is because of that. Yeah. So what happens with me with chat is that I have two different chats open. So I have a pop-up. I have a chat popped out from a different from like one of my other chats open, because I have the mod view open and I have my stream manager open at the same time, and that way I hope to catch everything as it comes. But sometimes, obviously enough, still I can end up in a situation where, oh, it didn't go through or stuff happened. Also, isn't it like really early for you right now, Mitchell, in Canada? Like, aren't you in the land of the Canadians? One of my partners is out there as well, and he's on the East Coast, and it's just about afternoon for you. Yeah, that's cool. The land of the Canadian meat and goose. Ugh. Canadian geese. Oh my god. No, thank you. Glad you guys had that over there. Are you in Rhode Island? Oh, I see. Who am I thinking? Oh, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. There's another Twitch streamer who I follow who is a primary Dwarf Fortress streamer, and she's in Canada. That's what it is. Got you mixed up with somebody else. I follow too many streamers. We got a general visiting as well. And a duke. This guy's our guest. He's the wife. He's the husband. Freudian slip. Yeah, actually, funny enough, it is Trash Mac. I'm talking about Trash Mac. So you got it in one go. So this Duke is apparently a guest, even though he's married to our he's married. So hilarious. Yeah, when I finished my stream up yesterday, I raided Trash Mac. They were in the middle of dealing with some were-creature invasion. So that was very funny. Oh, that's right. We should check out the name of that item. Objects. So we have 3 named objects here. The Distant Lashes. This is a spear belonging to one of our spear masters. They've been around for a long time. You can see they're agile, high stamina, good spatial sense. They have high willpower, and they're strong. They are an adept soaper, a competent organizer, and they've got some dabbling stuff from stuff that they've done early on. However, their combat skills are where they are most interesting. They are a legendary fighter, a legendary observer, a legendary discipline, legendary spear dwarf, and then they're adept shield, expert dodger, adept armor, adept wrestler, proficient striker, skilled kicker. Socially, they're a pretty decent teacher and a decent persuader, but they don't have anything else really there. And they're a decent student, and they've done a bit of crutch walking because I believe when they got wounded, they couldn't walk properly. Dabbling biter? Yeah, that happens. Dwarves will bite things if they have no other weapons. So, but this guy, if I go into military kills, this guy killed a forgotten beast with that spear, which is why they named it. Which is why they have Sizzle Axe. You always max that one out. Yeah, they're all ankle biters. I get it. They're all short. Listen, there's no need to pick on them just because they're under 5'9". So Mitchell, I think you're probably pretty short too, right? I remember you mentioning in your streams that you're not that tall. How dare you pick on them? That's not cool. Someone's about to like break down my door behind me and be like, "How dare you? How dare you call Mitchell short?" Oh, you're less than 5'8". I'm 6'5". So don't worry, I make up for every one of my friends being a little shorter than me. Yeah, Red still wins. Yeah, she still wins that competition. Cheers. Does this guy need any... He's an armor stand and a weapon rack. Alright, they can go in the bedroom. Armor stand. Weapon rack. Q. Oh yeah, I don't know if you've seen this yet, Smitchell, But we have, if I go over here, we have giant dingoes. Oh, wow. Yeah, I get that, Smitchell. I'm like 3 or 4 inches taller than my tallest relative. And that's my brother. But we have giant dingoes. I purchased some giant dingoes from the elves when they appeared. You're a giant amongst gnomes. That's funny. Anyway, oh yeah, we were checking the name of the objects. So we have this named spear, this named silver warhammer, which is by one of our hammer dwarves. Giant dingoes is cool. It's very cool. I wish we could train them. This guy is not as good as a fighter. He's a Grandmaster Observer, and he's decent at other stuff. But he named his hammer, which is really cool. And then we have the last one, the indigo deification. I want to say deification. I'm not entirely sure on that one. It's our militia commander's shield. So that's kind of cool. I'm sorry. That's a really funny emote, Smitchell. Sorry, that's really funny. I probably shouldn't laugh at that, but that's really funny. Oh no. I wouldn't pat Red. She might bite. She will bite. She fights dirty. She's very scrappy, dude. A little head pat as a treat. Oh my god. Oh, hey Chiller. Welcome. Thanks for coming to the stream, mate. How you doing? Oh my god, that's hilarious. I'm sorry, Red, I shouldn't laugh at that. You're probably gonna kick me in the face when we see each other next time, but that's really funny. Everyone deserves a head pat as a treat. Let's be honest, no matter how tall or how short you are. Both to the stomach for the same reason. Also, yeah, let's just be honest with each other here. Everyone deserves a head pat, no matter how tall or short you are. Everyone deserves a wee head pat. You could be 6'5", or you could be 5'2", and everyone deserves a head pat equally, assuming they want one. Consent is the sexiest thing on the planet. I'll cherish this learning moment. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh, just because it is funny. I probably shouldn't laugh, but I have to laugh. The switching out the dwarves here so we can get them who need to be who have a need for training trained, so they won't be as pishy. You're a surgeon, so I hope to not have to send you into the fighting. Bone doctor. Chief medical dwarf. So all these guys are just on constant training, so they'll just train for like 2 or 3 months, and that will make them happy. The queen has mandated construction of goods. Hatch covers. Wooden hatch cover. Make one. A sort. You can... the amount of silver bars is... greater than, let's say, 30. You can stop smelting them. Same with this. You think you might be exhausted from laughing this week? 'Cause your cheeks so tired. That does happen. It does happen. If you're surprised, laughing is actually quite a calorie intensive act. Wow. That is a thing. It is noted that laughing burns a lot of calories. Yeah, laugh for 6 hours. Yeah, that's true. Have you recovered from your 12-hour stream extravaganza? Did you have a good time? Masterpiece bookcase, very nice. Oh no, we have another child. Ugh, more children. You have 2 dwarven childs who are pissy. Why are you pissy? Oh, you suffered a major injury. Hmm. Oh, that sounds like it sucks. Like, walking that far is pretty crazy. But hey, I'm glad you got out of you know, paying any kind of money for that. Let me just check and see if we have any brass bars, because we should do. Bars. We have 1,200 of them. We have 193. We have 56 brass bars. We've only got 1 steel bar. Oh my god. We probably could do with some more soap. Oh. That's fair. No need to pay that amount of money when you have good old feet. That'll give us a few things to do. Oh, we got an alert. Oh, you'll get stuck on one of the traps over here. I'm not worried about you at all. Any second now, it'll walk into one of the traps here on the corner. And yoink. Perfect. Jesus. More native gold. That's good. That's a very like nuclear yellow, isn't it? You saw a lot of birds have more things to whine about. I mean, hey, as long as you saw stuff that you like. Sounds like a good time to me. What's over here? Cobaltite and orthocloss. Yeah, it's a very nuclear green, isn't it? It's a very, like, this looks like something that should make all of our dwarves glow. But thankfully, it doesn't. Not yet. Yeah, true. Maybe in the future they'll add a nuclear throne update where they like, oh yeah, there's going to be nuclear devices around, or the ores that give people like you know, like pitch blend. I think they call pitch blend. I think is what they call it. Lead cups. Yeah, we just make stone ones because we have so much stone around that it doesn't really make much sense to make it out of anything else. This is our furniture and mechanism stockpile. There's a bit of stone, yeah, a bit of stone around. I don't think we can make rock cages though, can we? No. Wooden cage. Amount of empty cages is less than 20. Make 10 of them. And where's our rock mechanism job? Because we should be making them. I mean, there's loads of rock mechanisms here, and there's loads of cages. So why aren't the cages being brought out, I wonder? I have questions. The game won't answer them. The game is scared of answering my questions. At least 100 Z levels of stone. I think it's more. Because our stone goes up to here-ish. Yeah, this is our first layer of stone at 46. So if I go all the way down to, I think it's 100 and... Here is where we get our semi-molten rock, so it's like 100 and... It's like 150 layers of stone, which is a lot. How's our water reservoir looking? Good. These guys haven't been made either. Why? Mechanisms. But we have mechanisms. I have questions, game. Why aren't you letting me put down any more mechanisms? What's holding up the line? Let's check tasks here. Tasks. Mechanism. You know what? You guys are training, yes? Well, you should be training, but you're not training quite yet. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to let those guys train for a little bit longer. Let them train for maybe one or two, maybe the end of the month. The end of the month, I will basically turn them back into normal. I will basically take all of them off so they can actually do their job. Also, here's your favorite block. Smitchell, the microcline. You also have chromite, which I think is really cool looking. It's like a dark purple. Really cool color. There's some jet stuff there. Let's see, what else is here? Oh, there's an altar there. Yeah, we built some silver armor stands for like fancy stuff. We had an orthoclask cabinet, I think. Oh, we got another named object. Whipped drill. Oh, this is one of our named guys. Ashmiel Drill Staff, the Reclusive Creed. Because he's gotten himself some names. These guys have got some names now. Stibnite. I don't actually think I've seen that before. At least I've not seen it in this save. Legendary Fighter, Observer, Spear, Dwarf, Discipline, Accomplished Armor User. He's not as good with armor as I'd hope he'd be, but he's really, really good at teaching. And pretty decent at learning as well. Does he have a wife? No, he doesn't have a wife. Actually, he doesn't really have anyone. He doesn't have any friends or anything. That's interesting. Oh yeah, pray to Sickle. I want to actually give that guy a temple, which was what we were building over here. Yes. There. Meeting area. Hmm. Do we have anyone else doing Sickle the Diamond? No. No. That's the Cult of Glowing. Doctrines of Iron. Sect of Suns. Cult of Glowing. Sect of Suns. Doctrines of Iron. And this is our no particular deity. Yeah, so I guess that would work. That's no problem. Thanks for showing up to the streams, Mitchell. I hope you had an entertaining time, at least. It's good to chat to you, as always. Hopefully I'll catch your next stream. You let me know how things are going. I'll try to be at the Hot Potato event in a few days. I'll try to at least watch. Glad to have you here. Thanks again for coming. Have a good rest of your day. Hot Potato is going to be fun. Yeah, I actually ended up running into somebody, another VTuber, Dragon VTuber who was playing Dwarf Fortress, and I saw them and I was like, oh, this is cool. Yeah, it seems like that's a thing. Looking forward to it. Should be good fun. Yeah, Gwynlyn. Australian fella. Ooh, we got cabin dwellers. Where did they spawn? Here. I think that means that they can't get to us. No, I think you spelled it right, actually. But I do like what he's done with his setup, because at the end of the stream, his character, like, jumps. And it looks like he's been playing it in like, a cinema or a theater, if you want to be a more American about it. But it is interesting. I will say for sure, it's a very interesting setup he's got. I liked it, thought it was cool. You know, some people aren't liking being out in the sun. Oh, yeah, that's right, I wanted to make a area here for statues. I didn't see that version because I only watched him play like a few hours before he had to leave, because he's streaming in Australian time, and that usually means he's like, you know, he's like 12 hours ahead of me, even. Because you're like 8 hours behind me, Smitchell, and I think he's like 12 hours ahead of me, so. Right, you have a good time. I hope everything comes back good. Safe travel, and of course, I'll see you next time. Hopefully I'll catch your next stream. Been good having you. Ta-ta for now. Right, let's see what else we have to go on here. So this is almost done, so we can start getting our what's it called? Our paper factory setup. Because I want to get one. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my lighting's a little bit different. I installed some LED strips above my head here on like the ceiling. I have a lowered ceiling here. Just grab my glasses because my eyes are starting to get strained a little bit. And I hope it's kind of improved my lighting, because beforehand I used to only have like one like ring light. But I think this diffuses it a lot better, and I can control it on my phone, so if I need to turn it up or down, I can. Someone who has watched my early streams will have to let me know. So here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to put down a stockpile here. And this is going to be for sheets. Cotton, hemp, jute, pigtail. I think we have a bunch of pigtail, so we can definitely use that. And then next to this, we can grab some food. Pig. No, it's not in food. It should be in. It's not in meat anyway. Maybe it's in plants. Oh. Food. Plants. Pigtail. There we go. We can put pigtail here. We can also put fruits and leaves. Let's say hemp. Hemp is not in here. GM. No. Don't need seeds. Milled plant? Dwarven milk. Processed material, maybe. No. Paste? Pigtail slurry. That's what we're looking for. So they should now bring a bunch of this pigtail that's over here and this over to here. Why is that not moving? Oh, this is fine. As you can see, however, we have a bunch of like plump helmets and dimple cups and pigtails and stuff like that. And rye as well. Actually, we can make. I think we can make stuff out of rye. So if I go in here and I go make parchment. Let me just pause the game for a moment. Oh, parchment is made of body parts. What about paper? Plant. Mush plant into slurry. Amount of seeds, I think, might need to be changed on that. Oop, nope. I keep pressing the wrong button. This one is greater than, let's say, 300. And the glob is less than 20. Make 10. And then press plant slurry into a paper sheet. And the sheet is less than, let's say, 20. And the amount of this is more than 20. And then we want to do bookbinding, I think it's called. Oh, I keep clicking the wrong thing. Did it go through? Doesn't look like it. What's it called? Book. And I want to have a billion bookbindings. Oh, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it out of brass. That's pretty fancy. Brass is a pretty fancy material to make a bookbinding out of. Because we have loads of brass. So if the amount of brass bookbindings is less than 30, And as for this, okay. So the other thing we need to do here is maybe create another stockpile for book bindings. I think they'd be in finished goods type. No. Can I ever keep some pigtail thread here? Let's go in here and type in. Alright, so we don't have any book bindings, so maybe we'll just let that run for a few minutes. And what I need to do then is I need to put in 2 workshops for farming of cairns. Let me make this 1 wider. You know, I won't. I'm going to cancel that construction. I'm going to cancel that construction. Cancel all this construction. Instead, I'm going to put in 2. Because we're probably not going to need that many of them. Put 1 in each corner like that. Stone. Make rock cairn. Just make us 2 of them. Then, what else do we need? Is there a workshop in here for binding books? I don't think so. Oh. Back down here. Okay, we'll get that going. Oh, no. I need to change the auto butcher stuff for elk birds. So capital F to 8. Capital M, put that to 8. And then small f, that to 12. And small m, that to 12. Now we do have, that means now we have a lot of elk bird stuff. We have lots of yak meat and elk bird tripe and elk bird sweetbread and spleens and kidneys and brains. Ugh. There's some fat there as well, which will help because we do need to actually make some more. We do actually need to make some more. What's it called? Soap. We don't have enough soap in our hospital. Do we have any more put in here? No. What are you waiting on? A mechanism. I'm going to do is... No, I'm not going to do that. I was thinking about it, but I won't do it. Oh, fine. Oh, we got no migrants this season. Oh, no. That's really annoying. I was really hoping for some more migrants. So we could... my hope was that we could actively maybe set up an actual proper 4th military squad. Because I feel like as is, while our military isn't necessarily bad, it definitely has... Well, our military isn't bad at all. But I feel like it lacks a little bit of just oomph. And I think that oomph could be fixed if we had like one more full-on squad of actual dwarves who were there. Who were there full-time training and actually meant to be in combat. Because if our quote-unquote militia squad ever ends up in an actual combat scenario, it probably means that things have gone really, really bad. Yeah, go ahead and train these chinchillas and stuff like that as well. And these Kias. They're birds. Might as well. So let me see. How well trained are our... I think I need to go down here and make a pasture because they eat... They eat mushrooms. Domesticated, maybe? Not assigned here. Inbuilt cage. Yeah, so these guys can be trained and can be placed here. Which I think is the only way to get them to reproduce. So I might have to do that. I might have to like wall out a little area down there. Which probably wouldn't be too hard actually. What I could do is up here maybe. No, not up here. There's not really a lot of green space. It's open. I think it would have to be over here or down here maybe. Yeah, like down here could work. So put this at like 4. Mine out that, say. How high is this now? It's only a 1. That will be something to worry about though. Because this does not reach the ceiling. It will at the very least keep us safe for a bit. And it probably would be a little bit easier to just wall off up here, maybe. But we'll see. We'll see. Dig that out. We'll put a pen pasture here. We'll wall it in. I'll start on it now, actually. I'll go ahead and just wall out up here. So yeah, we'll wall it in. Just get rid of that and these. And what I will do is over here I'll dig out just a tunnel. So that way our dwarves can get to and from there. Without having to worry about it. We've got our visiting generals, some spin threads have been done, some other caps have been made. People are working. Cool. It's been half a month into this hematite month, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially just remove a bunch of people from this. And those guys get at it. Okay. And what I can do is I can construct a wall that goes from, say, a 2-space wall there. Don't need to worry about going up and down it then. And if I do something like this, actually no, let's make it bigger. We can do that. We got loads of stone. We got loads of rocks and blocks and stuff like that that we can use. So if I do it from there out to, let's say, there, put it in the corner there, and there, and then go across. What that should mean then is that this area is essentially isolated from the rest of the caverns that we can get to, aside from right here. So what I hope would happen here is we dig that out. I'm gonna go ahead and turn up that cut gems one to like 10 a day, just because. But essentially, what we can do is we can work on digging up. We can work on like keeping a bunch of things essentially in the same place. So let me just go ahead and like mark a bunch of things to harvest, because if there's any like pigtails or anything like that that we can use here, we might as well. I mean, hey, it's free, right? It's already here. Might as well grab it. Nothing there. Dimple cups there, maybe. There might be some pigtails down here, who knows? Those guys can be de-designated because they're out in the water. Yep, and then we can chop down some trees as well because we need some more wood. Any wood here? Nothing grown anyway. Same here. Up here. No, not really. There's a couple trees up here, but I'm going to leave those. We might want to keep them around in case we need some trees later on. What about down here? We got some trees here we can chop. Not nearly as many as I would have hoped. Nah, just chop down a couple of them. How goes the exploratory dig down here? Oop, no, I didn't. I went too far. I went too far. Go back up. Yeah, I don't know if we have oh, we need milk of lye. How do we make that? Milk. Wait, hang on. Check that in a bit. And we need brass book bindings. There we go. We have some toys as well for our kids. That's good. That keeps them happy. Keeps them a little bit more likely to not have bad thoughts. We now know a few facts about chinchilla training. Cool. How goes our combat training area? Alright, so this has been smoothed out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bang, put in 2 doors. Like so. We're then going to install a lever out here. Maybe not there. Let's put it in. Let's just put it next to the door. So once that's out of the way, we can put it there. And the idea there is essentially you would dig out, say, well, you would put in a cage here. So you would install a cage here by using the furniture thing here of machines and restraint cages. You would have it be no, hang on. Maybe with the pen pasture? Put like a little 1x1 in the corner there. Then you would assign a inbuilt cage. Hostile only. And let's just throw this goblin crossbowman in there. And then he would be assigned there. Oh wait, hang on, no, it's wrong. I think it's just a stockpile, like a 1x1 stockpile in the middle of the room. You would go to animals. Goblins. I think this is how this works. I could be wrong. We're about to find out. Hey Franks, welcome. So the current projects are we're currently building a combat command area. So essentially I've discovered after a few very, very heavy invasions from the fish people. So if I go up here to our top floor, you can see there's a lot of bodies of fish people that have decomposed in the meantime. We had a big invasion of about 50 of them at the start of last stream. And I learned that having our dwarves train in this corner of the fort away from the way down to the caverns, and this is quite a distance between here and our first cavern lair. Yeah, that brings us to a little landing area, and then we have our cavern floor over here. I went ahead and I built in a little hidey hole, I guess, so if our dwarves ever end up in a situation where they need to be called on civilian alert again, they will be behind these doors. We can lock them in. And we can let the military dwarves get here. However, with the military dwarves, our proper military dwarves being right next door, it means that it's a lot less likely that we end up in a situation where, oh, they're not nearby enough. Masterpiece steel mail shirt, very nice. So my idea here is to put is to install a cage here. I think is how that should. I think how that should work is we should be able to install a cage here, and we just have to check which cage our goblins are in. So, for example, there's a dwarf in this one who's a thief. There's a goblin cap and there's a gorlak in this one. There's a goblin in this one. So it's a superior quality goblin cap cage. So what I wonder is if we can go into here, cages and restraints. Oh, no. Because I know you can do that, because we have a giantess in one of our cages as well. One of these cages contains a giantess. There's also some elk birds that we're training. Goblin, plump helmet man, giantess. There's a giantess in one of these cages. So what I've seen people do is like install giant animals into their dining hall, so they can use them as like, really nice ways to improve their value or like give off good vibes essentially. I could be entirely wrong on that though, but that's just what I've seen. As for everything else, we've more or less gotten this tavern up to snuff now. It's got actual food in it, it's got a lot of drink in it, it's got plenty of cups and stuff. And we have our watering hole down here, filled with clean water that we're using to essentially get through the winters. Because in winter, we're far enough north in this deployment that the water freezes, which can be a problem. How are you doing, Frank? Or Franz, I guess. It's Franz, right? Because of the Z. Why do I know that name? That's the general plans here. Just looking to get stuff going. We wanted to try and make some oh, that's right, we can stop the parchment one because we're not going to make parchment. Parchment. There it is. Why aren't you working? Oh, yep. That's what it was. Why did you name yourself that? That's an interesting thing to name yourself on the website twitch.tv. It's a very odd thing to do. Mostly just curious about why you'd name yourself that. Did you really like his art? Did you really like his poetry and his literature? I mean, if that's the case, then fair enough. It just seems odd to name your Twitch channel Franz Kefka Gaming. Kafka, sorry, not Kefka. That's my my uneducated accent. One of your favorite authors and you have a weird sense of humor. Fair enough. Fair enough. There are worse things to name yourself on the twitch.tv website, so I'm not going to say you could do worse. You could definitely do worse. Dwarf Fortress will be the game for old Kefka? Maybe. Who knows? He seems like the kind of guy who'd like the kind of monotony, maybe. Or the insanity. I am actually curious. Make... No. Will the micromanage everything? Possibly. I didn't really study him much, so I don't really know much about him. I do recognize the name from somewhere though. Oh, I'll just make platinum statues. I have a lot of platinum, might as well. Just make 10 of them. Put them in here, make them look nice. Garner, right, that's more nickel, I think. Could be wrong on that, but I think that's nickel. Socialist icon Franz Kafka. Interesting. Do I have another make parchment job in here somewhere? We can get rid of the brew drink from fruit. What's a glob exactly? Let's do a wee bit of Googling. Dwarf Fortress. Paper industry. Papyrus. Do we need papyrus? No. Okay, we need a screw press. So, screw press. Sorry. Okay, that won't take too long. So I just need to make 2 screw presses, seems to be the problem here. That's an interesting glitch about books there, actually. I think some machines and fluids. No, it's not. I made a bunch of brass book bindings, and I'm kind of going to use it now, so. Screw press. There are 2 of them in there, just so that way we have a couple there extra, just for spare. Change up this music. Starting to get a bit annoying. That's fine. I've never really done the papermaking thing before. I decided that I was going to make a big library here with a bunch of bookcases and stuff like that. Mostly because I was in the mood for it, and we have enough material to do that sort of thing now. Oh wow, there's not been any beds put down in here either. What queue are you in? We have beds upstairs. Okay. Where do I just remove people from squads? How do I do that? Oh. These guys need to go back to work. You have 7 invading or mysterious. Oh, Kias. That's fine. So these guys aren't a full-time military squad. They're actually just dwarves who have a need for training, who don't get training because I only assign dwarves to training if they're actually in the military. But since that there's a bunch of dwarves here who are unhappy because of the fact they're not getting any training, I said, oh, I will just do that instead. How's our soap situation looking now? We only got 7. Maybe stuff will get moved around a bit now because there's more dwarves who aren't assigned to doing training constantly. I suppose I could take these guys off constant training, put them on a rotation or something. F4. There we go. Like I could take these 2 squads off of constant training. Maybe. I don't know. One of those ones that I might think about it for a bit, because having my dwarves constantly training is a good thing as far as I'm concerned. And that means that, you know, we can end up in a situation where there's just a load of dwarves doing a bunch of things which can be helpful. Rarely sick, but weak. That's unfortunate. I'll consider pivoting to scrolls maybe at some point. But we'll see. For the moment, I don't really have any like desire to hardcore switch over to something else. What's this supposed to be? Finished goods. Oh. Supposed to be where our finished clothes go, but I think all of our dwarves are basically getting new clothes and then immediately throwing the old ones away. So, not really a big deal. Like Ash has been complete. Good. This is our economic stone pile. Dwarfing in a fortress, indeed, indeed. That is correct. We are dwarfing in a fortress. Now, what I would like is put in some statues. Right, we don't have any platinum statues made yet, so I'm gonna let the game run. I'm not gonna try and assign any more work, I don't think. Because I think what's happening is there's a bunch of dwarves trying to do a bunch of work. Ooh, more native platinum. That's good. Always nice to see more of that. Yeah, it's nickel. That's good. Also, any of you in the chat who wouldn't mind, who are enjoying their time here, feel free to hit the follow button, because it would help me get towards affiliate, and I'm only 7 or 8 followers away from it. It'd be really cool if I could get to that before the end of this month. That'd be really nice. Yeah, well, when you can't follow me any more than once, don't worry. I get it. What's this wool doing here? Let me throw down another loom. No, hang on. Can you... What's this called again? Wool. Wool. Looking to figure out why that's being left around. It's shearing sheep and stuff, but it's not doing anything with them, it seems. I think we need another farmer's workshop, because there's only one of them. Yeah, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. So let's grab a workshop. Farming. Farmers. Just throw another 3 of them in there. Workshop, farming, farmer. 2 out and then 1 apart from each other. Perfect. Do. So I think our big issue is that we have a bunch of things that need to be done, but we don't have the space to do it. So if I actually go in here again, and if I go to... You're our pressers. Leather? No. Let's new work detail. Not in the healthcare. Tanning, farming fields, dyeing, pressing, book burning, wood burning, not book burning. Jesus, don't burn books. Soap making, potash making, milling, brewing, shearing, spinning. Cool, that'll get done. Why aren't you guys made? You're inactive. Why are you guys inactive? So many questions. Wait, hang on. Have I made a fucky wucky? No, the only thing you should need for the Farmers Guild is blocks. Yeah. So yeah, I have over 1,000 stone blocks. but it's suspending the construction. Game. Dwarf Fortress being Dwarf Fortress, I guess, is the only way to answer to that. There's coal here. Good. Gonna need that in the future. Missing a dwarf to construct them. It's possible that they're just so backed up because there might be a bunch of tasks in my list here. There is a bunch of tasks. Like, there's a bunch of dwarves sleeping. There's a bunch of storing items in stockpiles. There's a bunch of storing items in bins. Yeah. Let me unpause these. Odd. Maybe because I assigned a bunch of hauling dwarves to the military. Let me go on down here and see if that has... Very weird. You know what? I am going to take these two off of concentrating for like a month or two. Just let them do other stuff for a bit, because that's 20 dwarves we've all of a sudden loosened up who can go back into the, you know, can go back into the workforce. Like, that's not an insignificant amount of dwarves who can now go out and do things that aren't, you know, just standing in this or the other barracks just doing nothing. Now, me having done that will probably mean that we'll end up in, we'll end up in a situation now where the there'd be a big fight or something like that will happen. Yeah, look, there's a bunch of stuff in there that's all of a sudden just been allowed to happen. You guys need beds. You should have beds. No, apparently not. All the beds have been used up. Have they been put into the actual places? Oh my god, they have been. Okay. Let me turn this up to like 20 beds. If there's less than 20 beds, make 20 of them. Yeah, so that all of a sudden looks like it's actually caused stuff to get done. So yeah, it looks like the problem was actively the fact that we had way too many dwarves in the military on constant training. Because we would have had 40 of our 188 dwarves, of which I think 10 of those dwarves are kids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 of our dwarves are actively kids, which means they can't do anything currently. There's this kid, however, who is a legendary stonecrafter because they got a Fey mood really early on. So now stuff's actually getting done, which I'm happy with. Kids in their moods, yeah, I know. We've had two kids go into a strange mood and become legendary crafters before they're old enough to actively work, which is crazy. Now, mind you, one of them is I think one of them is only what is it again? What's it called? One of them is only in, like, carpentry, I think. It's woodcrafts. I think they're legendary at, which isn't very helpful to dwarves, but it means that we don't need to worry about having to, like, find someone in the future to replace a dwarf if they die. Maybe they'll make some blackberry wine. That's an interesting update. It would be very interesting if in this, the kids would attend school as well. Now, obviously, the kids, I have it set up so kids do work. Where is it? Tasks? No. The Dwarven education system is terrible. It's almost as bad as the American one. If I go to... Where is it? Why am I so blind? Standing orders. Here it is. Chores. So they do everything. They operate levers. They clean. They haul water. They trade. They haul trade goods. They animal haul. They furniture haul. They refuse haul. They food haul. The only thing they don't do is burial. Actually, they would turn off refuse haul as well. Maybe because burial and refuse is like hauling around bodies and stuff. And they will feed patients and prisoners and stuff too, which means that they actually do kind of take the load off of your main dwarves, which can be nice. Let me go in here and just go to here. Oh, we don't have an actual thing set up for carpentry. A bunch of people who've done a bit of carpentry. You as well, I guess. But only you two will do it constantly, so that means that we'll always have people doing carpenter stuff. Yeah, you're making beds, which is good. Struck some more coal. We can go ahead here actually and start putting in some proper furniture. We missed a few. Stuff will get moved in. We're finally making stuff at a decent pace now as well. And we do have a decent bit of wood lying around. Let me just go down here and... all the trees that were down here have been chopped down. But there should be some more up here. There are indeed. And we can head down here as well. And chop down a couple more of these too. Any up here? No full grown ones, but they'll grow eventually. What's this? Oh, there's a Batman here. What I could do, if I really felt like it, is I could dig out a little area down here so we can head out into the actual main area and dig and chop down a bunch of trees. It would feel pretty stupid given that we've, you know, kind of essentially, like, you know, what's the phrase I'm looking for here? We've essentially turned this area into like a entirely closed space. There's a hole there. Might as well harvest what's there as well. Now maybe that's bad on my behalf. Maybe I should open up the caverns a bit more so we can actually use them for our advantage. You know, digging out like a little area down here, say, so something like this. Oh, it's on the wrong thing. On the wrong setting. And you dig a single door out here, and you'd have this be your way in and out. I'll think about it. You know what? I'll think about it so much, I'll go ahead and have them dig that out. And I will essentially decide what to do in the future. We got some more rabbits. Very cute. Oh, damn. Wrong button. To remind myself that I have to do this the hard way. And then... Ooh. Alright, that didn't do anything. Thank God. 12 of those. $16 of them. Don't even need to worry about anything else in here. We have a lot of reindeer. I will change this as well to 8 and 10. And I'm going to do the same with cats, because having some more cats around probably wouldn't hurt to keep the fortress safe from the like, you know, what's the phrase I'm looking for here, from the brain, why are you struggling so hard right now? That's a billion coins here. How much are these worth? 60. Yeah, it's not a lot, but it'll do. But you know, get rid of all the pests and stuff that can spawn, like the cave spiders, because spiders will hunt cave spiders. I've seen them do it before. Sorry, cats will hunt cave spiders. Good lord. You think I'd lost my mind? Which, to be fair, probably have. Alright, stuff's getting done. People are moving into their rooms, which is good, because I think we actually had a shortage of rooms. You sleeping? You're sleeping. Yeah, you're sleeping on the floor, which isn't good. I think we actually have a negative in room count right now. There's no real point in us digging out more until there's actually beds to go around. Yeah. Soft mattresses are for elves. Soft mattresses are for people who have bedrooms. Wolven. Which apparently is a problem in this idiot got stuck in the tree. You know what I will do? It's just kind of annoy me seeing folks go all the way down into the basement every time to do this stuff is... I'm gonna dig out a little farmer's thing up here. And have this be our, like... Actually, no, I'll dig out 2. And I'll just do that, and that. And I'm going to put our 2 farmers... I'm going to put our farmers up here, essentially. Probably drunk. It's possible. These have been built, though. We'll see if that means stuff gets moved over there now. But I do think something we're missing is we might need some more looms. Farming. No, it's in clothing. I am going to tear this down and move it somewhere else. This will be our forge, or our assembly unit, I guess. Oh, come on, you went over? Fucker. Just chop all these down. Doesn't really matter in the end. The elves haven't been pissed with us for a while because of chopping down trees. They'll have to make do with it. Has it been dug out? Yes, it has. You might hurt yourself falling, but at the very least you'll actually be able to eat again. Stuff is being done though, so that's good. Red's keeping on making masterwork stuff. Don't have any horn, silver, ore left. Okay. Remember correctly, that should be around here somewhere. That's tetrahedrite. There it is. Grown up to become a nanny goat. Alright. Stuff's getting done at least. Lots of mugs there. Ah, there we go. Stuff's been moved there finally, so that means stuff will actually be stored there now, which means we might no longer have any thing left around the floor at least. Bed's been made, so I think that means now we have enough beds for everyone. Or at least enough beds to put down. These have all been marked as bedrooms as well. That's good. Go ahead and smooth all those out. It'll make our dwarves a little bit happier because they'll be sleeping in nicer areas, or sleeping in a nicer room because it's actually smoothed. It's a little bit of a waste of time when it comes to like stuff we actually need to get done, but hey. Where is it? Chains, rope chains. You have 9 platinum chains. Why can't we put those down? Right, how about, what's the other kind of chain? What can we make chains out of? Let's go with... Ooh, what did I click on? Lead. Nope. C-H-A-I-N. Let's make 10. Actually, yeah, let's just make 10 billion chains and see if they get put there. We have a bunch of billion around because we've been using it to make coins. So you have 31 billions, and we have 4,500 coins. Let's take a look at what these things actually have on them. View. No. It's incorrect. Billion coins. I want to take a look at what these actually have written on them. It's a billion currency of our place from the year 57. On the front of the coin is a superior design image of cyclone portals, the dwarf, and dwarves. Cyclone portals are surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf. Cyclone portals, the position of Queen of the Stokes in 2. The coin's back is a rendition of the crest rock, an exceptionally designed image of 3 white millet plants. The image is a symbol of the stoked quates of dwarven civilization. So, that's kind of cool. I think every year it has a different symbol on it, so we'll see how it goes next year. I probably could have started making those earlier last year, but hey, it's no big deal. Let me take out the smelt horn silver job, and the smelt native silver job for now. It is handy to have those iron bolts to trade because the elves will take them. Get rid of this steel spear job because it's probably conflicting with the other one. Okay. Let's see if there's any actual stuff been done here. Sheets. Pigtails there. Some actual pigtail seeds now as well. They're being moved into the basement so they can actually be used to plant more. Elves will take our iron bowls, not like they can make anything that good themselves. This is true. Elves will sell you armor made of wood in this game. They will approach you and be like, yeah, we'd like to trade, and you can go, absolutely, we will give you these pieces of iron, which are incredibly well forged, because our armor smith is a legendary armor smith. So at worst, you're getting something that's at the very least like good, because our worst actual armor smith is adept. So, you know, you're not going to end up in a situation where you're getting bad equipment from here, and they will try to sell you on, oh, here's some iron chainmail. Sorry, here is some wooden chainmail. I never buy any armor from the elves. I buy their they're willing to sell you like fruits and stuff like that you can't get, and seeds that you can't get. What I might end up doing is keeping an eye out and seeing if they have any rye seeds, and maybe like putting in a little extension of our wall up here. Just wall in a little area so we can grow some topside plants. There's Crundles down here. I wonder how our Elfbird training is going. Oh wow, they're no longer in here. What happened to the giant that got put in the cage? It's still in the cage. The giant can't be tamed, no. So how has this been going? The answer is it hasn't. The wall has been built, though. So we're going to put a second pen pasture area down here. we're going to assign domesticated that are inbuilt cages. Yeah, there's these elk birds who are partially trained. So yeah, there's the giantess. She's wild and untrainable. So if I was to let her out, she would attack everyone. But I was saying earlier to some people who showed up that I wanted to set up a combat zone here. So I want to install like a cage that has something in it. I don't know if that's a thing that Dwarf Hack can do, maybe. But I kind of want to find the cage that has the thing in it and put it in here. So it would be nice to kind of have an area where I can put my dwarves in and be like, hey, guys, go ahead and make, like, you know, go ahead and get in there and we can I know I can move full cages somehow, but I don't remember how to do it, so I might look it up in a minute. We only need 3 of you and 1 of you. Because my idea would be to put, like, some of the goblins we've captured, some of the goblin thieves we've captured, put them in here. Oh, that's moved. Great. So I could put a machine, put a lever here, have that lever activate, opening up the cage, have like a random dwarf coming by, go, okay, I'm gonna pull this lever, the cage is opened, it puts the hostile creature out, so then the dwarves can kill it and get some actual fighting XP, actual fighting experience, which it's very arguable about its ethics, but it's definitely effective. Installing cages with them dwarf fortress. Oh, is it, instead of doing it through Dwarf Hack, I have to actually do it the normal way? Yes. So that goblin, one of the goblins will now be moved down here into that cage. Connect up this to this, open up the lever, move, like set everyone to move into here, you know, go into here, do this, tell them all to move into there, lock the door after them, and then they should more or less be good to go. So yeah, that's the thing, you can't use. You can't use Dwarf Hack's built-in interface there to actually get that up. Yeah. What I was thinking was, at one point here, was in this tavern. What I was thinking about setting up was putting in a rope chain with the giant dingoes that I have in it. It'd be kind of cool, I think. Let me just cancel all this construction. This is going to be our our choose material after placement. Hang on. No access to chain. Oh, wait a second. Are they using the chains to make more wells? They are. Yeah, look, there's a bunch of chains here. Yeah, I should probably just order a bunch more chains. Gotta make iron ones. Just keep 5 of them around. The thing is, though, we should have like 20 chains. So if I go in here and type in chains, yeah, we have a bunch of platinum chains and a bunch of billion chains, but it won't let me install the platinum chain down there. Let me see if I try to do it up here, if it'll work. Yeah, it will. Is it because it's too far away? There's newfangled Galabro or aluminium. Well, I have billion chains, which is quite, you know. No, I've seen people use like platinum chains that they've made like from artifacts as, or like ropes that have been made from out of an artifact rope in there because they help with the value of the room and it helps with moods. Because a lot of times when it comes to dwarves, if they're the things that will cause them to actively commit crimes isn't necessarily them stealing something, it's them getting into a really bad mood and then throwing hands in the hallway. Tantrums, yeah. This belongs to our dungeon master, our DM. Ooh, I love those chairs. Swift and unyielding? Yeah, it is. Well, let me resume that construction. Arm. And that one's inactive, even though I'm pretty sure we have armor stands. No, we don't, apparently. No, we do. We have armor stands. We have, like, 21 of them. No free dwarf to haul it. That's annoying. Too many things to do. And let me just assign this as a bedroom. Nope, not a meeting room. A bedroom And it should be assigned to our dungeon master. If we go in here, where are you? There you are. Urad. You are the you. So you don't need this room anymore because you have one downstairs. Oh, we have a dwarf. It's a gem setter. Alright, what other skills do you have? You're a competent clothier, you're a competent stone cutter, you're a competent gen setter. Have you been assigned to... Yeah, you're in the military. So that's why you've not actually had any other skills for a while. You might end up making some really cool clothes, though. Let's follow you around. You're also not creative, which is weird, given your talent for making things. We'll see. Oh, you're going to the gem area. You're going to set something. Yep. Claimed the gem setters area. Oh, you have infections. That's not good. Yeah, I must have removed this person from the, They're crawling everywhere, which is why they move so slow. See? Also, I'm kind of curious if they might die because of their infection. Might have gotten... What might have happened there, and that does happen sometimes, is... they might end up in a situation where they got their, you know, wound cleaned by water, but there was no soap available. Yeah, use 16 soap now. That's a bit better. The tables are for surgery. The traction benches are for compound fractures, and then the, yeah, I don't have any. I think I have gypsum powder. So I have gypsum. I just don't know how to make plaster powder. Can I just tell it to make plaster powder? Plaster powder. Yes, make plaster powder. Oh, do we have any bags? That would be the thing. Bag. Make yarn bags. Yep. Is this dug out? Yes, it is. Perfect. Ooh, more chalk. Good. So what I want to do is I want to put some farmers plots in here. Just so then I can set up the milking to only happen up here. I can basically turn off the milking job, set them up here, and then they will milk her and they will shear without having to bring stuff downstairs. Except for the obvious stuff, you know, they will obviously head downstairs and they will do whatever else. You're catching fish at least. Still gathering items. Very unfortunate that they're having to run around with no ability to walk. Just so this way we can put it in a second jeweler's workshop, because we only have one at the moment. Yeah, I think with them, if I find them, I think this is them, yeah. Oh, they're in this. You 1000% shouldn't be. But she got into a fight with a couple of goblins, I think, and the goblins nearly won. So let's assign a new dwarf in here. Oh, you're a glazer. Perfect. I think what happened to them was that there was a goblin invasion and they got caught off guard by it. They were in the military, which is why they didn't die instantly, because if they weren't in the military, they would have been shot by them or they would have been killed by them in some way, shape, or form. Oh shit, we're having to make charcoal again. That means we're low on coal coke. Right. Here's what I need. Stone, economic coal, and lignite. We have 350 bituminous coal, and we have 64 lignite. Let's see. Excuse me. Not 500. Let's say 100. Where was that charcoal job? Right, let me cancel that. Is it up here in this one? Yes. I think I'm going to need to put down another smelter and have that also only do bituminous coal. Because I think we need to start working through a lot of the stuff we have. Because we have 350 of it lying around somewhere. Having more of it probably wouldn't hurt. Oh shit, we're out of non-economic hard rock. At least in that stockpile, anyway. Yeah, we're not out of non-economic hard rock. It's just that there's not any of it in the stockpile right here, because this is our main non-economic rock stockpile that I set up. What's buzzing? Oh, it's my phone. One moment, guys. I have a phone call here missed from someone, and I'm expecting something from a recruiter. Let's just see if it is. No, so it was from a. It sounds like it was from a recruiting agency, but unfortunately, I missed their call. But unfortunately, they did not have anyone on call right now. We'll see. I have been getting some stuff back from recruiters, thankfully. So who knows? In a few days, I might have a new job, which would be nice. Oh, excuse me. What did I want to check? Just gonna let this run for a bit. What I will do is I will go somewhere where there's a bit more interesting things to look at. Yeah, let's just go up here. And you can watch our dwarves enter and leave. There's messages I need to respond to. Nothing. That's fine. Stuff has been responded to. Yeah, so I'm waiting on phone calls from like various jobs that I've applied to and a few other bits and pieces. Like there's been one or two calls with recruiting agencies and stuff. Well, so there is some slurry after been made. Retail slurry. Then this. Well, stuff's being made at least. We might be able to make some books soon enough because we have the what's it called? Oh, this is nice. These are all filled out now. That looks a lot better than it did. Now I think, oh yes, I need to put down a siege workshop in here. Just in case. And what I wanted to do was, let me dig out a little bit longer around here. And in this wall here, you want to put some more bedrooms. The idea being, of course, that eventually we have an upstairs and a downstairs area for this sort of stuff. Oh wow, we're almost out of wood as well again. That's crazy. More trees there? No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's a load of them here. Shouldn't be worried. Should not be worried. I'm thinking, though, that it is probably a good idea to do that. And we're immediately going to put a door there. Oh, that's right. Have we had any of those bags made yet? I can just do this. Bag. Wherever these are, they shouldn't be locked. They're probably belonging to like something we killed at one point. And then down here there should be yarn bag. Instead of yarn, we're just gonna make leather bags. That way, we'll have some bags around that we can make powder for. Good stuff. I'll go back down there in a moment. Let's see if there's been any more chains made. Yeah, there's been some more billion chains made. There are an absolute shed load of trees down here, so in my mind, this is 100% worth it. Oh, it's just telling us what we found in this cave area, it looks like. Any goody huts in here, maybe? No, I don't think that's it. That's too small. Looking for 3x3 blocks of gemstone areas, looks like usually. Doesn't actually look like we have any goody huts here. At least I don't think so. Stonecrafter. More plants in the slurry. Game is saving. Now, brew stuff from fruit has been completed. Interesting. Means that we must have done a lot of the gathering upstairs. Rock blocks are done. Ash is done. Hammer dwarves are sparring. Bolts are done. Gabbro coffers. Cool. Autumn is here. So what that usually means is... Oh, we got another starving or dehydrated guy. Who are you? Oh, you're a pet. That's why you haven't been assigned here. Pet. Other pastures. Grazers only. So what autumn usually means is that there will be an invasion at some point during the month, during the season, I should say. If it is in any way manageable, we will probably just go out to it. That door hasn't been installed yet. It's giant olms, I think? Yeah. So giant lizards. I don't necessarily believe these things are incredibly dangerous. But at the same time, I'm not particularly interested in finding out on that one. How are you feeling? You're healthy. Oh, we got a bunch of them spawning now. Like how I open the cavern and the second I do it, there's a load of these things spawning in. They've begun. We got 45 invaders. Not all of them are in the same level, however, but a lot of them are. These guys are on their way down to there right now. "62 invaders! Oh my god!" Oh, we got plump helmet people as well. But these are being fought by something, it looks like. Oh, what the hell? You must have already been down here. Jesus Christ. He's in a martial trance. He is, however, overexerted, which is really bad. He's absolutely inexhaustible, and he is already overexerted, which makes me kind of worried. My hope is that these dwarves don't take too long to get there. No, he's dead, look. Here, he died. Yep, there he is. Told you. It doesn't matter how good they are if they're out there on their own. I think it was one of the many crocodiles that got him. He got bit in the head. He latched on firmly, tearing apart the head's muscle and tearing apart the upper spine's nervous tissue. And artery in the head has been opened by the attack. A tendon in the upper head has been turned. Oh, yeah. So what happened there is that he was so probably tired that he couldn't keep dodging. That's really depressing. Honestly, that's super depressing. These guys are fighting the Olm down here, it looks like, yeah. Where's the rest of the squad gone? These guys take so long to get here, man. This is what happened with one of my last, oh, if you have a dwarven child throwing a tantrum. No, it said mangled corpse. On the body, it said mangled corpse. So they're 100% dead. And even if they weren't dead, they're stuck there. They're here. Yeah, mangled corpse. They're dead. That annoys me. He took down a bunch of them, though. Like, these guys will be fine. Because there's 2 of them. Compared to the fact that there was only 1 of these guys. And even though he was a much better fighter than these guys probably are. Why are you guys moving so damn slow? Is it because it's a station order instead of a? I think he was one of these guys. Yeah, he's a member of this squad. If I tell you to kill something like this crocodile, will you move faster? Once 5 or 6 dwarves in a squad kind of get together, it's a lot less likely that they'll die. Because they're actively there together. Other soldiers, maybe they've lost mobility. No, I've gone through and checked all of these soldiers. These guys should all be fine. There's a tired one. No injury. You. No health problems. No health problems. I just think they're slow. Legitimately, I just think these guys move really slow. And you might go, oh, it's a fair distance, yeah, but like you're coming, the steel armored squad were coming from here down to here. They could have crossed here, gotten to here, went down, and then got to here. It's not like they're going halfway across the fortress like they used to anymore. That's really frustrating. We lost a very, very highly trained dwarf there with a named item. So far we haven't got any more alerts. Because I don't think anyone else is dead. The Queen's mandated construction of certain goods. 2 greaves. Just make iron greaves this time. Now, I'm sure you could argue that maybe if he was wearing a steel helmet, he would have maybe survived that. But the thing is that he got latched on and shook around. Like, this militia commander who's here. No health problems, no wounds. Like, this has happened to me before. Where we had a massive invasion of fish people. On this level. Like, I mean, we had 50 or 60 of them just appear here. And a spear dwarf who was probably down here gathering something, who had their equipment on them, because I have that set up where if you're in the military, you keep your equipment on you, even when you're not training. Came sprinting up here, and, like, he entered a martial trance, took out, like, 10 or 15 of them, and then he got overexerted and tired, and he could no longer avoid the attacks, and that's when he died. And, like, he got absolutely destroyed. He was, like... It wasn't a case of, like... Like... Like, you can have legendary fighters, obviously enough, who do a lot of really good work. Who can take on, like, a lot of enemies at the same time. Especially when they're just like these, who are literally just, you know, cave toads and olms and bat women... who don't necessarily have armor or weapons that can stop them from killing them. i.e., in this case, these guys don't have any kind of armor or weapons aside from their natural armor. Like in this guy's case, he's a crocodile, and he's tough and agile. He's got a steel spear stuck in him. It's reptilian, colorless scales. So like it's a scaled creature, so it has some sort of natural armor, I guess you could say, right? In the ecological sense. Much like how these olms are giant, oh, wrong button. Much like how these olms are giant snakes as well, giant lizards, whatever they might be, and there's the bat women, the bat people will use shields and weapons, but they're still not as good as a dwarf with decent training in good armor. Like this guy, he's injured, so he's leaving. He's got some wounds on his left hand. But like, we killed everybody else there, and I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have lost that dwarf if, like, say everyone was either down here or he wasn't down here. So you guys can go off station. We're gonna unforbid everything here. Because they will bring the bodies upstairs and they will like not necessarily butcher them, but they'll take the fatty globules and stuff like that, and they'll use them to make stuff. But that was very unfortunate. Like, you can see what he's wearing. He's wearing steel boots and he's wearing some iron stuff. His iron helmet survived the attack, even though it got, like, his head got ripped. His head didn't get ripped off, but his head got, like, he essentially got paralyzed and then got destroyed because he could no longer walk. So that's kind of sad. We only lost one dwarf that entire invasion, though. But man, that is frustrating. That is very frustrating to see that happen. So I have to assign a new dwarf here now. You'll do. You're not assigned to anything else. Do I have a grave for him? Yeah, I do have a grave down. I have a graveyard down here. I won't lie though, I'm very tempted to assign him to like a Hall of Heroes or something like that, because he was a legendary fighter. Which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to assign him to a Hall of Heroes kind of thing. His artery bursts and his neck was ripped open. Like, he was paralyzed, I think, from the neck down, because of the fact that it mentions in the combat log. Well, it said that it rips his nervous tissue, which in this game usually means like spinal tissue or nerve tissue. Which means that essentially he got his head ripped. He got his neck twisted so badly that his head literally just ripped off. Well, not his head didn't rip off literally, but he ended up in a very bad situation there. And this is going to be our Hall of Heroes. We're going to put in like statues and stuff here. One, two, three, four. That's fine. Actually, if I spread this out properly, if I put that one at 4, boom, boom. Give people like little areas to sit and reminisce on things. It does suck. It very much sucks to lose a dwarf. Especially one who is a master at their craft. Like, you can lose dwarves who are just like, whatever. Like a dwarf who is like, I don't really know anything other than, let's say they have one skill that they kind of know really well. In that case, it sucks to lose them. but you're not necessarily losing someone who can't be replaced within, say, a couple, less than a half hour of game time. Getting to a legendary status in a skill is difficult, especially when it comes to a training skill, because it means that all you're doing with your time is training that one skill. Do we have a justice thing now? No. So that dwarven child threw a tantrum, but it's not throwing one anymore. Oh, well, we just had more cave dwellers spawn. A black zircon table. That's wild. $25,000 dwarf box. This is a black zircon table. All craft dwarf of the highest quality. It was encrusted with square, brilliant cut tiger irons, decorated with grey langer leather and pound grabber leather, and encircled with bands of single cut black zircons and grey langer leather. This object manages a spike of red zircon, grey langer leather, and pond grabber leather. On the item is an image of Nil Rimhall, the dwarf, and dwarves in alpaca leather. Surrounded by the dwarves, the artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Nil Rimhall to the position of King of the Stoked Quakes in 1. Cool. You can see as well there's a conga line of dwarves moving in because of the bodies here that they're trying to get. And the items they're trying to move out. You guys go off duty for a bit. Someone's bestowed a name upon an iron spear. Right, so you're still alive. That guy did have a named spear, I think. This one. Yeah, so this is the spear. Coated with craved crocodile blood. To be expected. So that spear, I think... I don't necessarily know if they have family to give that spear to. I'm pretty sure that if even if someone was to be attacked here at the moment, it wouldn't go very well for them. It wouldn't go very well for this Ohm, for example, because it would just be dogpiled by the rest of the dwarves around them. Oh, there's something there as well that should be unforbidden. Anything else around that needs to be unforbidden? No, it doesn't look like it. So yeah, the Ohm doesn't necessarily attack people straight away because it realizes, oh, there's more of them than there are of me. Why are you not happy? You're drowsy. Oh, Red, this is your lover. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna put these guys back on constant training again. Just because I think it's needed. Oh, there's giant sparrows. That is bad. Pretty sure we're about to lose that dwarf as well. Oh no, did he get away? No, that's not him. He's like over here. Snuck around it, it looks like. Kind of. They're tired. Yeah, this dwarf's about to die. I do wish you could tell people, like when clear civilian alerts hit, because this person was not hurt beforehand. I don't believe. Or maybe they were. Maybe they'd already lost their ability to stand. But now they can't stand, which means that they're going to die. They're going to be killed by this cave bat spearwoman person. They're tough, but they're not going to make it. They're going to die from the bleeding, I think. Yeah, they're unconscious, they're winded, they're bleeding, seriously injured, heavily bleeding. Faint. Pale. Dead. Yep. Okay, so you managed to save that dwarf. That's very lucky. So, I think... Oh, shit. Where's those yellow diamonds that you saw? Green diamonds. Yeah, that's a goodie pit there. Might look into that later. As for right now, however, all of our dwarves station right there. All of our currently available military dwarves station right there. Caravan has just arrived. That's poorly timed. Right. We have a bunch of coins here, however, I think, to trade with them. So, if I go into here, here, that's a trading. Goods to and from. Move all of our iron bolts. Let's use the dwarf hack. Interface. What's it called? Ammo bin. Armor bin, weapon bin. Yeah, you can see there's a bunch of new gemstones here, like these black diamonds from that. Magnetite. So I don't necessarily know how best it is to control this kind of situation. All that I know is that I'm going to send my dwarves down there. Eventually we will get this door put in position. There's a cat there as well. Once we have all of our dwarves, I'm going to send them up towards where I know the invaders are, which I think is... yeah. Now, I do know that the cave sparrows, the giant cave sparrows, can be very, very good if you can train them, because they are dwarf trainable. However, in this instance, I do not care. Okay, there's enough dwarves here now that I feel comfortable with moving them. Where's that body? Ah, there it is. Move up here. At this point, they should see you, which means that they should start attacking. My hope here is that our spear dwarves and our hammer dwarves are more than enough to take these guys on. That's the hope, anyway. We'll see. Currently, unsure. We shall, however, find out eventually. $30 more people who we have to kill. Well, 30 more invaders that we have to kill, I guess. Now they should see us here. They should all start attacking us. Yeah. Move forward there, gents. Support your fellow dwarf. Numbers of invaders are dropping slowly. Oh, we got some martial trances. Down to 26 already. Anyone hurt? You're thirsty. Thirsty. You're tired. We need to move over there to help them. Just in case. And now, move over to here. Because I think that's one of our last invaders left. Oop, let me just pause the game. There we go. I think this is one of our last invaders left. Yeah, looks like it. See how much easier it is when you send people in all together? Didn't lose a single dwarf. I don't think we have anyone who has any kind of major injury. Dead. Excellent. Everyone get the hell out of here. Turn off the civilian invasion alarm. I will not be gathering up the bodies of these, I don't think. Because I can't seem to find any sparrow bodies either, and the sparrows would actually have some sort of value to them because they are, they have maybe fatty globules and stuff like that you can use to make stuff. Merchants have arrived. How are you feeling? Okay. Request our broker here. Now, I think you guys... Well, you're gonna get your food and you're gonna eat and all that because you're probably hungry after all your fighting and such. But for sure... Who are you? Oh, you're with the caravan. You're the merchant. It's like, who are you? Oh, you're not one of our dwarves. As you can see, these dwarves are moving pretty fast. They're bringing out all of the bodies, I think, that were found down here. Our dwarves are heading out of here. They'll grab a drink out of here because there is some drinks here that they might want to grab. I do wonder if what is happening is the game is slowly FPS dying. Because, like, there's not... it's not as responsive as it was earlier. Doo-doo-doo. Alright, what's the second invasion dealt with in the first 2 seconds? Yeah, I'm starting to feel like the game might be chugging a little bit because I'm pressing buttons and things aren't going very well for people here. No dropped frames, however. DF hack. Right, that seems to have fixed some of the FPS issues. Good. Right, there's iron chains made now. So I'm going to head down to our... down to our area down here. Ooh, there's some morons in the walls. That way it'll look quite nice. It'll be a nice, nice gem engraving in the wall. Can I assign some? Can I reassign you a tomb? I could remove the tomb, I guess, and move you in here. Ooh, alert. Selection of the cabinet has collapsed. How? That's very weird. We're down to 1 invader as well, which is good. Right, excuse me for a moment. I need to go to the bathroom. Okay, back. Right. So that went okay. We just taken out a bunch more invaders. We currently only have one left. Oh, there's clear diamond. That's another goodie pit. Oh boy. So there was one down here. Yeah, over here. There, goodie pit. By the way, I say goodie box because it's got all of this obsidian and like diamonds and stuff around it. The middle of it might have a forgotten beast or something of an equivalent power level, which is kind of scary, I won't lie. Lovely. That's a load of wood that will need to go up. Cooked a masterpiece, citron. Okay, that's what I was going to do before I needed to go to the bathroom. Was I wanted to see if I could install the chains in here now. Yeah, they're installing a billion chain there now. Billion, platinum, 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 platinum. There must have been some other stuff that was in the way that must have caused that to happen. Hatch covers. Make another wooden hatch cover. Wooden hatch cover. Chains have been made. Okay, so stuff's actually being done, which is good. And there's all the bodies being brought outside. Traders ready to trade. We have all our goods here. Excellent. What do we want to take? We want to take all of that, I guess. You only need these. We have a bunch of instruments kind of laying around doing nothing other than being installed in places, so barrels, bags. We'll take the seed pods. We'll take the rock nuts. We'll take the plump helmet spawns. We'll take the sand. We'll take the pigtails. Take the sand. Take the cave wheat. Oh, you have cave spider silk, huh? Take all of that. Take all of that. All of that. All the meat. All the fish. All the thread. All the cheese. 39,000. Give you some of these items. Copper and the bronze stuff I for sure don't need or want. Bronze high boots. Steel gauntlets, copper helms. Oh wow, we're not actually close. Okay, I'm going to cancel this, and we're going to grab some more items. We have another weapon bin. I'm going to bring up this gem bin as well. And they'll get moved there soon enough. Are we out of stone in the stockpiles? No. Hmm. There's a bunch of non-economic hard rock around, so should get restocked soon enough. Once all these bodies have been brought outside to rot. Right. Have the items been moved here? Nope. We'll have to wait. These are the guards dwarfs for the traveling dwarves. It looks like. Guess I'll just have to wait a bit and see if people show up. Excuse me. Beds have been made. Good. I don't know what I was doing when I was setting you up. You know what? Just because I think we need the dwarves to be doing other stuff for the minute. I'm going to take all of my military dwarves off constant training. Even another dwarven child throwing a tantrum. Hold on. O-L-O-N. Have you stopped, I suppose? Right. It's gonna let people work. Have you brought everything? We're awaiting one item. We will trade using the DF hack items here. We will... our goods. These iron bolts. Oh, we got the actual gems here now at least, so that'll make it a bit easier. Blue diamond, don't want to give those up. I think I click and do that, yeah. And black diamond. Make sure we're not trading any items we're currently equipped with. I don't think we're actually equipping those items to anybody, so not that it really matters. They'll find something else. As long as it's not a named weapon, they won't really care. Oh, we'll also trade all of these coins. Just because it... Actually, no, I'll gift them the coins. And what we want all this. Second verse, same as the first. Take these live barrels. The cave pod seeds, the plump helmet spawns, the cave wheat seeds, the plump helmet spawns, the black sand, and that will do. Take all of that, take all of that, all of that, all of that. God. Right. Here, take these coins as well as a gift. We can't offer them as a gift. Why not? Oh, that's right. We are. Oh my god, I'm gone. I'm gone mad. We are the capital. That's why we can't offer a gift to the capital, because we are the capital. That's me having a moment. That's what that is. Guy's a hustler. Well, we just got 5,000 meat. Because we didn't have, like, I think we might have had, like, a couple hundred meat, maybe less. You guys can go back and check the recording. But, like, we just traded for over 5,000 meat. Yeah, so let me go up here. Milk animal. Shear animal. And it will take... You take no work orders. And you take no work orders. So that means now these two will only be used for shearing. And then if I go into here and milking and stuff like that, I don't think we have anything in here to set up that sort of stuff up. Nope. So that means they'll be sheared, they'll be milked, and they'll be sent down. Let me just do this. Food, drink, animal. No. Where is milk? That man's hustling. Milk needs a bucket. Yeah, we have buckets. Oh, it's an extract animal. So this will be moved downstairs, and then if I, along with the, basically everything will be moved downstairs aside from that. No, nothing else there, looks like. Good stuff. Has that door finally been put in? Nope. You no longer need to be there. Oh, so if I go, actually, if I go down here again, if I go down to where my training area is, up. Yep, there's a goblin there. This hasn't been put there yet. Imposed a ban on certain exports. You still want your hatch cover made. Yeah. Dwarven milk? Yeah, I know. So there's no more rock blocks. Sorry, there's no more rocks, it looks like, to make blocks at the moment. So... that should mean they stop trying to make rock blocks for a while. Which will mean that we'll have time to rebuild our stockpile of them. Should also check. Your pasturing things. Ooh, we have the dingoes have grown up. So if we go here and then down a few levels, there they are. Our giant dingoes. Oh, that's right. I can also do this. Elk bird. There we go. I'll put these elk birds in here so that way there's less. They have less way. They don't have less places to, you know, move between to do this sort of stuff. Tower cap. Grundle. Plump helmet man. There's the giantess. Elk bird. I think we have more elk birds, but I'll just move them there for now. What's a right-on choir? There we go, choir. What are you? Things still haven't been made as well. Like, there's a lot of stuff here that needs to be caught up on, it seems. Yeah, they've returned to a wild state. Basically, that means that they hadn't been trained to a point where they were domesticated, which means that they revert back to the way they were. More magnetite, that's good. More iron. Okay. So it's about to be 8 o'clock my time, which essentially means I will need to go because I have to eat dinner, go take a shower, and then I have to basically chill out for the rest of my day. So we're gonna save here. We're gonna raid somebody in category who is playing Dwarf Fortress right now. Oh, and a last call for anyone in the chat here. Nobody is playing Dwarf Fortress right now. Okay. Well, that means we're just gonna have to raid a friend then. So that's fine. Let's see who is live, who I follow. I know. I'll raid Noel. So Noel's a real life friend of mine. He is my trainer. He's a good friend of mine. He's currently playing Call of Duty, which is obviously a very different blend. But hey, jump on in, say hello. And if you wouldn't mind giving me a follow before we leave as well. If you've been enjoying the stream, we'll be streaming again soon. Bye now. We're going to start the raid. See you next time, guys.